Hello everyone, this is Doe, welcoming you back to another sort of Convallaria video. Today we're diving into the revamped Tower of Adversity game mode. This will be the first of many videos covering the first season of Tower of Adversity, and I'll be following up with walkthroughs as soon as the mode goes live on the main server. I've personally tested and cleared all difficulties on the test server, and I'm excited to share my experience with you through multiple videos to help make this endgame mode feel a lot less intimidating. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The Tower of Adversity features 7 difficulty levels, each with 2 stages that players must clear, the upper floor and the lower floor. Each floor is scored separately, and the combined score for that difficulty level determines the star rewards you earn. The most important rule in this mode is that you cannot use the same units on both floors within the same difficulty level. For example, if you deploy Gloria on the upper floor of the first difficulty level, you won't be able to use her again on the lower floor of that level. This restriction also applies to all gear and tarot equipped by that unit. However, this limitation only exists within each difficulty level, meaning you can still use the same units again when you move on to a different difficulty level. You can deploy up to 12 units per difficulty level, with a limit of 6 units per floor. Your score in each stage is determined by 3 main factors. First is action score, which includes clearing the stage, and overflow damage, which is the excess damage dealt on the final hit. However, overflow damage isn't a key factor this season since the global server currently lacks units that can take full advantage of this mechanic. The second factor is time score, which is based on the number of battle rounds taken to clear the stage. The fewer rounds you take, the higher your score. Speed clearing is key here, and your final round's action count also matters. The fewer actions you take on the last turn, the better your score. The third factor is damage taken. Every unit that dies incurs a 400-point penalty, and your unit's remaining HP also contributes to scoring. To maximize points in this category, all your units should be at full HP when you clear the stage. Mastering these mechanics will be essential to getting the best possible scores in Tower of Adversity. Now let's talk about rewards. First, we have star rewards, which are granted based on your performance at each difficulty level. To achieve a 3-star clear for a difficulty level, you need to score at least 12,000 points. Now that might sound like a big number, but trust me when I say it's extremely easy to reach, especially for levels 1 through 4. If you've been able to clear all the Fool's Journey boss stages on hard mode, these levels should be a breeze for you. The rewards this time around are significantly better compared to the older version of Tower of Adversity. Previously, free-to-play players or low spenders could only hope to earn less than half of what's available now. The revamped version makes the mode much more accessible while still maintaining its competitive nature. Players who put in extra effort are still rewarded with slightly better prizes, but overall, it feels much more equitable. The main rewards you want to focus on are Hope Luxites and Astral Shards, which are essential for exchanging Astral Imprint gear. You'll also earn Prestige Crowns, which will help you acquire those rare Series 2 tarots, along with plenty of other valuable resources. Now, you might feel that the level 7 difficulty rewards seem a little underwhelming at first. However, clearing level 7 unlocks ranking rewards, where your combined score for level 7 is compared against all other players who have also cleared it. It's important to note that you must complete both floors of level 7 for your points to count towards the rankings. Your final placement will determine the rewards you receive, and based on the screenshot I took from the Taiwanese server, these rewards are well worth the effort. Before reaching level 7, there's no need to optimize your team too much, as anything before level 7 doesn't contribute to ranking rewards. That said, the difficulty does ramp up significantly starting from level 5, which introduces 2 unique bosses. The Underworld Entangler appears on the upper floors, while Tranquillo will be your opponent on the lower floors. I'll be making more detailed walkthroughs on these battles in separate videos, especially for level 7 difficulty, as it's not for the faint-hearted. There are several mechanics you'll need to understand to clear these fights efficiently, so stay tuned for those guides. In saying that, I've put together a summary of the units I use to clear the Tower of Adversity boss levels. I'll be showcasing these teams in separate videos, but for now, if you've been following my recommendations, you should be able to burst down the level 5 and 6 Entangler boss in about 5 to 6 rounds without any casualties. A single target DPS build for Tristan will be your best friend here. Homa will be one of your main damage amplifiers thanks to her bird follow-up attacks and physical defense down 3. SP Sophia will be your new best friend as she's a top tier amplifier, and I'll be doing a full breakdown video for her as soon as she goes live on the main server. Nona will, with her vulnerable 3 debuff, will further amplify your damage output. Coco with her happiness and critical buff mechanics, and Inanna with her act again effect combined with flag and warhorn tactics will allow you to burst down this boss while ignoring most of its mechanics. For alternative DPS options, you may want to check out my role-based tier list video from last month to see which single target DPS units you have access to. As for the level 5 and 6 Tranquillo boss, the world is your oyster. The game provides enough support to clear this stage without needing overpowered units. That being said, there are some standout picks that will make your life much easier. Layla, Pamina, and Kaver are some of the best options for clearing this stage quickly, along with Momo, Tyre, and SP Rawiyah. If you're a mid-spender like me and skip Layla and Pamina, don't worry. Simona and Agatha perform exceptionally well in these fights too. If you're using Coco and Inanna to burst down the upper floor, you'll want solid sustain options for the lower floor. Suppression, Maitha, and Angel are great substitutes for keeping your team alive while ensuring the NPCs make it safely across the map. Since Tranquillo requires you to defeat many summoned enemies to take it down, AoE and alert DPS units will be your best friends here. Simona is a fantastic pick for this stage as she provides battlefield control with her ice mechanics. She can also help NPCs survive incoming attacks by using her ice shield to protect them, making her an excellent choice for those looking for both offense and utility. Moving on to the level 7 boss. Without getting too deep into the mechanics, the Underworld Entangler becomes significantly harder to deal with. In addition to having solid AoE DPS units, you'll need characters that can both amplify your damage and reduce incoming damage. The 3 units I highly recommend for managing incoming damage are Magnus, Karis, or Hasna. If you have access to any of these units, you'll have a much easier time mitigating the boss's damage. Magnus and Hasna reduce the boss's attack and defense just by being on the field, and Magnus can consistently inflict attack down 2, which is crucial for survival. SP Sophia will be core, if not essential, in countering the extreme movement reduction mechanics, especially when paired with maneuver tactics. Coco or Inanna are must-haves for keeping the team healthy, and they are interchangeable, so just use the one you have available. For DPS, I find SP Rawiyah and Tristan to be the most efficient picks. They have excellent AoE reach and output while also dealing respectable damage with their basic attacks when necessary. If you don't have Magnus, Hasna is a great substitute and works particularly well in a magic-focused team alongside Edda, who provides an additional damage 3 buff as an amplifier. Agatha is surprisingly effective in this fight thanks to her AoE heal and wound-piercing mechanics, which help handle the foul sprouts. Karis primarily serves as a support unit, but will make a huge difference with her magic shield since all incoming attacks in this fight are magical. I'll be going over all of this in greater detail as soon as the fight becomes available a week after the Tower of Adversity's debut. Finally, the lower floor of level 7 sees a major spike in difficulty. Most of Tranquillo's summons are capable of one-shotting the NPCs on the map, and the stage comes with a strict condition. Every single NPC must survive the battle. Losing even one NPC means an automatic failure, making this stage especially unforgiving. For this reason, Layla, Pamina, and Momo are top picks. If you have access to them, you won't need to rely on Coco as much to heal and guard the NPCs. That said, I also tested a run without Pamina, Layla, or Kaveh, and it is still possible to clear as long as you carefully plan when and where to place your landmines. I'll cover this mechanic in detail in a separate video. Kaveh will be available to pull during the final week of Tower of Adversity, and if you're planning to go for this top tier piercing and damage overtime DPS, this stage should be much more manageable. Simona with her Ice Shield is a fantastic alternative for protecting NPCs if you don't have access to Pamina or Layla. Tyr is also a great pick for his speed tuning and energy support. Agatha contributes both damage and AoE healing, while August can help clear out enemy mobs. With the right team and strategy, this stage is absolutely doable, but it requires careful positioning and a strong understanding of Tranquillo's mechanics. So that's it for today's video. I hope this gives you a clear idea of what to expect, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on the upcoming walkthroughs and showcase videos. This video is sponsored, so as always, if you haven't downloaded the game yet, be sure to use the link in the description to support the channel. Stay cool, stay crispy. This is ToA signing off. See you in the next video.